Hey guys, it's Monday, and that can only mean one thing. Master System Monday on Twitter. Hashtag Master System Monday. Everyone keeps on saying that I'm getting the hashtag wrong. I'm saying Sega Master System Monday. It's not Sega Master System Monday, it's just hashtag Master System Monday. And I always write it correctly, I just don't say it correctly when I'm on the camera for some reason. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about Transbot. This game just gets slated everywhere it goes. No one likes Transbot. It's not that the game itself is bad, it's just that there isn't very much here to work with. It kind of feels like it's a half of a game. But the reason for that is that, it was only ever meant to be on a Sega card at the time when it came out. So there was 2 releases of this game in Europe anyway. The first one is the card version, which is here, and coming on one of these 2 Wii cards, it was 32k of memory on board these things. I don't know, you've probably seen these before, but there is what they look like. Not much to work with, but very impressive technology at the time to fit a game onto one of these cards that loaded up pretty much instantly when you put it in. So I remember getting Transbot on a Sega card back in the day. It was priced at £14.99 exactly, and I can tell you exactly where I bought it from. A little shop I used to go to for all my Sega Master System stuff in the early days. It was a shop on Dumbarton Road in Glasgow, and it was called the Micro Shop, but they were also one of the biggest Sega Master System shops, stores that we knew about at the time. They had every Master System game that you could possibly think of, and I remember, going in there and having, I think I had £20 or something in my pocket from leftover Christmas money, and I got the Transbot for that price. There was some other choices at the time. I think I could also have chosen from Teddy Boy, but that didn't seem to be, something that I was that into at the time. Don't know why. I actually quite liked the look of the game, and it was, I think Teddy Boy overall is a bit of a better game, to be honest with you. But yeah, I chose Transbot. I got it home. I enjoyed it, but there was a problem. It just kept on going round and round in this loop. I didn't seem to be getting any further, and I just couldn't understand what it was supposed to be doing. It wasn't especially difficult a game either. It just seemed to go on forever, and that's the thing about Transbot. It does go on forever. It has no ending. There's no way out of it, I'm afraid. It's like a lot of the early card games had this thing where, you just kind of looped and looped. My Hero is another example of that, and that, incidentally, that is another game that I also got on that day as well. Well, I didn't get it, my sister got it, but same difference really. But yeah, it was a strange strategy from Sega looking back now, because these cards were £14.99, and the cartridge, a 1 mega cartridge, I think was £24 upwards at the time. So I think I would have rather have spent the extra money and get a mega cartridge or 2 mega cartridge, whatever, depending on the title, than buy this. But yeah, it didn't seem bad at the time. Of course, it wasn't until I got it home and I saw the title screen, which says in it 1986 Sega, and this was it must have been 1989 at the time when I bought this, and I remember thinking, man, that's really old. 1986, Dad, come on, why are you buying me these old games? And Sega had a very, very low number of Master System games that were released on cards, and I think it was supposed to be like the budget range at the time, but it just never really worked out, because there were a lot of kind of really good games that could be had for in the kind of budget range as well, like World Grand Prix, even Fantasy Zone and the Ninja and things like that. were all available at the time, I think, for $9.99. So not quite sure what the idea of the cards pricing strategy was there. I think what we'll do now is I'll fire up the game and you can have a look at it and see what you think for yourself. It is going to be a shorter one than usual today, just because it is a short game, hopefully. It's been a while since I played this, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's flip over to the other screen, and I'm sorry about the sound in advance. Okay, so Transbot. Thing I've got to love about Transbot is the scrolling. It did feel very smooth even back in the day, it has to be said. Okay. You've spotted something probably quite early on here. It's the patterns of enemies that come in. They do seem to repeat quite a lot. So that was me just getting the power-up ship there, and I can choose a power-up, but as you can see, they're not unlimited. The arm bar at the top goes down, and you run out. Okay. So, this is the really strange thing about this game. Everything still takes one hit, regardless of what power-up you actually have at the time. Oh, I've died there. That's not a very good example, to be honest with you. Okay, try again. I'm actually much better at this game, I think. Okay. This was one of these games that really came to life, I guess. Well, not came to life, but it was a much easier game when you had Sega's rapid fire unit attached to it, and I did. Come on, we've got some space fish here to fight just now. Right, let's see if we can get the most important part of the game here. I need to get weapon D, basically. That is the only way to get to where you want to go in this game. You have to have weapon D at a certain time. Which is now. Okay, so I need to keep weapon D, and I need to destroy the kind of star-shaped crafts, which I've just done there at the last second. That allowed me to go underground, where I can meet the kind of boss in this game. Which you might find the boss to be somewhat familiar looking if you're a Star Wars fan. Oh. I am quite rusty, it has to be said. This is not a difficult game. Okay. These guys can't be destroyed with any weapon other than D, so you're better just avoiding them. Okay. Need to learn the patterns again. Maybe getting near the kind of end guy now here. We'll see. Ah, you thought you were getting away, didn't you? Okay. So this is the end guy. And beating him basically involves shooting him in the front. This, as you can see, Star Wars reject. There he is. And an Imperial ATST. And the brilliant news is that that is basically the end of the game. So from this point now, the game loops. The enemy's patterns change very, very slightly, and each time you go through the cycle, and you basically end up, you know, doing the same thing. You go underground again, and you fight him again, and you keep on doing this. And I can remember one day I actually played this for several hours at a time. I think I played it for about 4 hours, and it just goes nowhere. I think this was a common thing back in the day. I can understand Sega at the time maybe wanting to make us understand how kind of limited the card was at the time. But I think they could have done better than this, to be honest with you. I actually read online at one point that there was this game is actually based on an anime series, a Japanese anime. Can't remember the name of it though, unfortunately. I'll look that up, I'll find out. So that's what happens if you try and shoot these guys. You just can't kill them. You need to have gun D. It gets to the point where you think, why am I still playing this? Okay, so you've pretty much seen everything that there is to see in this, I think. There's a couple of cheats that are handy for this. I think if you hold in both buttons on the start menu, you can get unlimited arm power, so your weapon doesn't deplete as you use it. But you know, there's not really that much fun in that either to be had, to be honest with you. So I think that's enough of that. The end. There you go. That was a nice way to actually end it there on the words the end. So that was Transbot, available on the Sega cartridge for not very much money. Probably a copy will set you back between £5 and £10 at the most. The cartridge, the actual card version, you're going to pay a little bit more, but not a little bit more, you're going to pay a lot more. You're probably going to pay about £25 for a card version, which is just ironic considering that the card wasn't originally the cheapest format of media, but they're quite difficult to find now. But yeah, not a particularly good game, not one that I would recommend putting much effort into tracking down, but you know, if you want to collect Master System and you've got to collect them all Pokemon style, then definitely, you know, pick it up. You'll probably play it once, put it down, put it to the back of your cupboard and forget about it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on Transbot. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. If you like, you can chat with me on Twitter under the name Zenoni_revived, and please feel free to like the video, subscribe, yada yada, all that normal stuff. If you want to see more of my videos in the future, I really appreciate it if you do that. And that's pretty much it. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.